Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Combined Forces with Elisha's Bones. Surprise! This digging ditches. Um, doing a I don't know what you call it, but a podcast, video podcast. We'll put it that way. The podcast might come out a little bit later, just by itself. But I had to do a video because we've got to see things for ourselves. And giving answers to John Watson again, 11/2/2021. So let me, let's. Here's what happened, people. Here's what happened. Last night in his thing, I have not been on for months. About 2 months ago, John Watson completely blocked me. Now, I have never been rude to him. I have never called him a name. I ever mouthed off. In fact, I called up several times and was very polite, very forceful in what I said. And what happened was, and this is the honest truth, people started questioning what he was teaching based on what I said. I brought up a lot of issues, and John is what he calls muddying the waters. Because I caused doubt in people's minds, I muddied the waters. See, he wants to be able to just teach whatever he wants to teach and say whatever he wants to, and never be questioned. But so the minute you question him in what he's teaching and show that, that's what he's supposed to. And that is why he blocked me. He didn't give me fair warning, didn't say nothing to me, just boom, totally blocked me. So last night on his program, after being gone for a couple of months and everything else, I wanted to listen in. So I signed in as my wife, under my wife's name. And of course it had Witsit there. So I wasn't hiding or being deceptive in any way and pretending to be somebody I was not. And pretty much I came in halfway into the video of what he was doing. And eventually he saw that the Witsit was on there and made some comments and stuff. And we're going to go over that. But basically, I think there's about 4 or 5 topics that he covered. I am going to try and keep it simple to just dealing with the topics that he presented. I don't plan on going any deeper than that. And so with that said, you can listen to it. What I did is I've pulled some clips out so you can just hear the clips and what he's talking about, and I will respond. This way, I don't go on for an hour. But I think you can get the context, and of course you can go back and listen to his gospel truth. Jesus didn't know the day or hour. This is from 11/2/2021.
Not at the garden, but you get what I'm saying. So he says, from the beginning, I created light, I created darkness, causing well-being and creating evil. Your version probably says calamity, but the word is evil. I am the Lord who does all these. So when we consider this concept, well, if Jesus is going to return, then there's not going to be any evil anymore. Okay, there are many factors that people leave out of that. The very first thing is, Jesus is not returning in the future. He returned in the past. It's not the kind of return that you were told. It's not that Darbyism that so many have just swallowed wholeheartedly. So, sorry about you, but that's just the way this works. That is the...
And that would be, of course, lie number 1. There was more to on that clip. But the idea is that I created evil. Where's he looking at? Let's go to scriptures, and where do I want to pull it up at? He said, I created evil. Did I spell it right? That comes from Isaiah 45:7. Yeah, I was correct. That was the right one I pulled up. I form the light and create darkness. I make well-being and I create calamity. I send good times and bad times. I bring prosperity and create disaster. I make peace and I create evil. King James. Create calamity. Well-being and creating disasters. John is dead wrong when he pretends to know what Hebrew is. Calamity. He says, no, it's got to be evil. No, the word is actually raw, adversity. It means adversity. Bad and evil is definition, something that is adverse, bad or evil. A woman who changed accent, what are the things? Bad and pleasant, giving pain, unhappiness, misery. That's what it's talking about. And We were in Isaiah 45:7. I wonder if it'll bring it up here. No, it doesn't. The idea is that who created earthquakes? Who created rainstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes? All of those things were created by God. And God uses those things to bring calamity on people, on judgments on people, earthquakes to kill people. Hey, on Sodom and Gomorrah, it was him who brought down the burning sulfur and pitch that created me. In Joshua, there was hailstones. God sent down hailstones to kill people. So the word is not evil. And if I was to look up the word evil, and I mean, is it a different word than raw? Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. Evil. Badness, evil. Roa. See, raw, adversity, it says there, but this is a form of bad because those things are. Roa is badness is evil. See, it's two different words. For ugliness in the land of Egypt, for badness. Ethical, badness, bad. Quality of cattle, bad, bad, bad. Willfulness, bad. Ethical, evil, badness in a phrase. Evil things, people doing evil things. Sadness is bad. So you see, you got two different words there, but he ignores it. He absolutely ignores it. So there's nothing you can do to help John in his terrible idea of what he thinks is Hebrew and the meaning of a Hebrew word. Now, to the second thing that he says, all of the futurist. I mean, he's going to harp on that till the day he dies, I'm sure. But the idea that it wasn't Darby who taught that the second coming was in the future, not by a long shot. He's got that so totally confused it's not even funny. And I'm sure he will never respond to anything I say. He hasn't yet. And listen, I have offered for him a debate. I've been willing to debate him. I've put it up there so many times it's not even funny. But he refuses because of these kind of things. He's telling that Ra means bad, evil, and shouldn't mean calamities when bad things happen to people. So here in this first thing, of course, is wrong. So what else is he wrong? He could be very well wrong about everything else. Really? Yeah. Because the second coming, no, it did not happen in 70 AD, despite what he thinks Darby is the one who taught that or anything else. Just simply untrue. Now, I'm going to be trying to keep track of my time here. I don't want to go too far, too crazy. Here's the next one that we're going to deal with in the video. He brings up something else.
Because God created it. I can't explain that. All I can do is show you that this is what Yahweh says. He created evil. No, he created calamity. Wait a minute. Okay, so you really want to go with that? So what you have is a God who is 100% good and 100% righteous, which I believe that, and that he only wants good for people. You got the picture of the wrong God. This is not the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible destroys people. There are people that he hates. Think about this. He loved Jacob, but who did he hate? Before he was born, he hated Esau. There's something really to be said there. Because
yeah, there is something to be said there. That again, you're so barking up the wrong tree so badly it's not even funny, and I'll prove it here in a second. But calamity, of course, then he brings out about calamity, and he actually gives you the definition. He's talking about calamity. Bad things happen to people. So that is what the word is. And then he goes to hate and Esau. Well, it goes from bad to worse people with him. Let me see. To hate in this would be in the Greek is meseo, and it means to hate, detest, to love less. And why am I going to bring this up? I'm going to show you something here. He says, Jacob I loved, Esau as I hated. So does God really hate Esau? Did he really hate anybody? And let me get this up here a little bit. Let's look in the parallel. And you tell me, is this really what he's saying? If anyone comes to me and does not hate his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yet even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. So is he really telling people to hate his mother and father, his wife, his children and brothers? No, that would be a complete contradiction in the scriptures. Totally. Hate everyone else. English Standard does not hate his own father. Hate his own father and mother. If anyone does not hate, well, that's literally what the Messiah means. That's what the Greek word means, hate. But hate has a different meaning. There's Messiah. See, hate and not hates the father of himself, his own mother and his own father. Let's look at the word. Yeah, to hate, to hate. I hate, detest, love less, esteem less. This is what it's talking about. In Hebrew, the word is sene, and it means to what? If anyone confesses me does not hate, love less than the Lord, his own father, mother, and wife, and children, brothers, even as he cannot be non-separable. To denounce and love something or something less than someone. So the idea that he's getting across there is you don't hate your mother and father, you just esteem them less than God. You don't put your love for your mom and dad over your love for God. That's all the word means. But see, John Watson continues to say, "Oh, you've got to study the Old Testament. You've got to understand the context. You got to, if you can't understand it and really do your study, then you're just going to get confused." And here I'm pointing out he doesn't even know the two different words. Let me go back and do this real quick. Does not hate evil, and I'm going to go all the way back there at Ezekiel. Do we have the one popping up here? Anyone curses his mother, father is to be put to death. Oh, but God, Jesus said, hate them. Hate. Okay, created evil. No. Hate Esau. We'll put it that way. Hate Esau. Jacob I loved. Right there. It's in Malachi 1, 2, and 3. But Esau I have hated. Shane, that is the word. Am I correct? Let's look it up. I have hated. Senete, which is the ending, meaning I have. It's a singular. So there it is, folks. Sene, to hate. Sene, to hate. Does it mean kind of the same thing? With the accusative of a person, when you look at it, enemies, personal and national, of wisdom. Hate wisdom? Oh, I hate wisdom, huh? The idea is those who hate you will rule. You shall not hate your fellow countrymen. Oh, there. See that? Of anyone who hates you, they don't, of them that hate me. The idea has always been he esteemed Jacob over Esau. It never said he hated Esau in the sense of thought evil of Esau and deliberately brought evil onto him. Because if you go back and you look at the story of Jacob and Esau when they finally came together, you'll see a story of reconciliation between two brothers, not somebody who hated or anything else. That right there, wow. My whole point here is keeping this down to 15 minutes on each one of these points. So this is part one, because I want people to deal with it. I want you to listen, and I want people to respond to what they're seeing, because this thing that he keeps teaching about hate, and this comes from Brown, Drivers, and Briggs, right? Always means to esteem less. That's where it came from. The gate of those who hate them. To me, since you hate me, esteem me less. And hey, I'm going to leave it right there, and make this nice, short, and sweet for people. So, part one.